Class ninth, Chapter 11, Work and Energy. Work. What is work? There is different in the way we use the term work in day-to-day life. We and the way to the use of science to make this point clear. Let's consider few examples. Not much energy and speed of work to the hard complete presenting. For example, she spend to the time to study, read book, drawn diagram, correct questions, attend the class discussion program with the friends and personal experiment. A lot of energy related common. Lengthy work hard and the times work involved any little work to go to the scientific definition of work. You work on hard push and hug rock. Let us try to rock in detail explain all the effort. We will completely exhausted however not done work on the rock as the no displacement on the rock. You stand still for a few minutes with a heavy load. Your hand will get tired. You have exerted yourself and have spent quite a bit of your energy. Are you doing work on the load? The way understand the term work in science. Work is done. Climb up the step of staircase and reach the second floor is a building just to see the landscape or there may you may even climb up a tall tree. If we apply the scientific definition, these activities involve a low energy in day-to-day life. We consider any useful physical or mental labor as work activities like playing in a pool, trekking with friends, humming a tune, watching a movie, attending a function, or something not considered to be work. What constitutes work depends on the way we define it, use and define the term differently in scientific understand the second activity. Scientific concept of work understand to understand the way the work define the work from point of view scientists let us consider something. Push push a pull laying or surface of the problem solving distance exerted from force of the people and the words displays this in the situation work done. A girl pushes a trolley on the trolley movie through a distance. The girl has exerted a force on the trolley and it displays the work is done. Little a book through a height. To do this must apply to the force the books rise up. There is a force applied on a book with the book has moved, hence the work is done. A closer look actions need to be scientific to be done. Force should be X on the object and the object must be displaced. If any one of the above conditions does not exist, work is not done. Wait, the view work is science. A pull log is pulling a cart. The cart moves. There is a force on the cart and the cart has moved. Do you think that work is done? Situation. Work done by a constant force. How work defined in scientists. To understand this, we shall first consider the case of force on acting in the direction of displacement. Acting in the direction of displacement. Let us constant force effect on the force. Let us object displacement through a distance in the direction of the force. Let's be work done. Work done define the work to be equal product to the force of the force and the displacement. Work done the force into displacement. Work done force into displacement F into W Fs. Thus, work done by the force acting on the object is equal to the magnitude of the force multiplied by the distance moved on the direction of the force. The work done by acting on the object equal to the magnitude of the force multiplied by the distance moved the direction of the force. Work has only magnitude and no direction. Work has only magnitude and no direction. If and then work done by the done just unit work Newton meter or joule. The joule is the amount of work done on the object when a force of 1 Newton displaces it is 1 meter along with the line of acting of the force. Usually work done by the force object is 0 when the work is done displacement in the 0. Refer the displacement of the centrifugal. Consider another situation with the force and the displacement are the same direction. A baby pulling a car parallel to the ground. As you see figure, the baby has exerted a force on the direction of the displacement a car. Situation the work done is equal to the product of force and work done is equal to the product of the force into displacement. Force into displacement in such a equation on the taken positive. Force is done by taken positive. Consider in a situation of object is being displaced by the action of force and we identify one of the force acting opposite to the direction of the displacement s that the angle of between the two direction of 180 degrees. Such a situation work done is force F taken by negative denoted by the minus sign. Work is done by the force into minus displacement or minus force or displacement. It is clear from the above discussion the work done by can be either positive or negative. Force can be either positive or negative. As understand to less the following. Energy. Life life is impossible without energy. The demand for energy is ever increasing. We get energy from the sun. Is the biggest natural source of energy. Sun is the biggest natural source of energy to us. Many of our energy sources are derived from the sun. We can also get energy from the nuclei of atom, the interior of the earth and the tide. Can you think about a source of energy? The word energy is very often used in our daily life, but in science we give it definite and precious meaning. Let us consider the following example. We have a fast-moving cricket ball hit a stationary wicket. The wicket is thrown similarly, and the object when rise to a certain height and the capability to do work. We must have seen that a rise hammer falls on the nail placed on the piece of wood. It drives the nail into the wood. We have also observed children winding a toy such as a toy car, and when the toy is placed on the floor, it starts moving. The balloon is lifted with the air and present is the notice a change in the shape. Along with the press gently it can come back into the original shape. The force is withdrawn. However, we press the balloon hard and the air explodes producing blasting sound. This example, the object acquired through the different means capability to do work of doing work. An object having the capability to do work is said to possess energy. The object the object which does the work loses energy and object on which of the work is doing gain energy. How does the object energy with the work? An object is possess energy exert force on another object. When this happens, energy is transferred from the former of the latter. The second object moves the receive energy. Therefore, the sun works. Thus, the first object has the capacity to do work, implies that the object that possesses energy is work done. The energy possessed by an object is thus measured In turn, it can capacity to do work that work in the joule. That is joule. Joule is the energy required to the 1 joule is 1 joule of work. Sometimes larger unit of energy called kilojoule. Larger unit of energy called kilojoule. Kilojoule kg. 1 kg equal to 1000 joule. 1 kg equal to 1000 joule. Form of energy. Form of energy. Luckily, we would live and provide energy is mainly different forms. The various forms include potential energy, kinetic energy, heat energy, chemical energy, electrical energy, and light energy. Until this one. James Prescott Joule was an outstanding British physician who is best known for research for electricity and thermodynamics. Amongst the other things, we formulated the law of the heating effect of electric current. Also verified experimentally the law of conservation of energy, discovered the value of the mechanical equivalent of the heat. The unit of energy work is joule, named by Joule. यूनिट ऑफ वर्क एनर्जी और वर्क का जूल होता है. एनर्जी और वर्क का यूनिट जूल होता है. वर्क और एनर्जी का जूल. A moving object can do work. An object moving faster do more work than identical object moving relatively more slow. A moving bullet, wind blower, rotating wheel, a spinning stone can do work. How does the move and the blade wind make? Object in motion possess energy. We call energy kinetic energy. Falling coconut speed of the rolling stone, flying aircraft, flowing water, blowing wind, running athletes possess kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. In short, kinetic energy is the process of the object due to motion. मोशन में जो रहेगा उसको काइनेटिक एनर्जी कहते हैं. जैसे फ्लाइंग एयरक्राफ्ट, flowing water, blowing wind, running athletes, सब kinetic energy. The kinetic energy object increase with the speed. Kinetic energy is increase with speed. स्पीड के साथ kinetic energy भी increase करता है. स्पीड के साथ kinetic energy भी increase करता है. How much energy is possessed by the moving body by virtual is the motion by definite energy. So kinetic energy, the body moving with the certain velocity is equal to the work done make the required velocity. And energy, the body moving with a certain velocity. Certain velocity is equal to the work done. Is work done by required that velocity. Let us now express the kinetic energy and object it form of the equation. Consider of the mass and moving of the uniform velocity. Let us now displace through the distance. Distance is the constant of force. Constant force and the certain direction of the displacement from the work done. The work done if done the object cause the change in velocity. Velocity change from v to u. Let us acceleration products. Let us study the equation connecting the initial velocity u and the final velocity v. Object moving a uniform acceleration a and the displacement s. Is a u square minus v square minus u square by 2s. So kinetic energy का formula होता है. Kinetic energy possessed with the object of mass m and moving with the uniform velocity. Kinetic energy 1/2 mv square 1/2 mv square 1 mv square. Kinetic energy 1/2 mv square. 1/2 mv square. Potential energy and in the above situation the energy gets stored due to the work done. Store इसमें energy store रहता है. Energy store due to the work done on the object. अब kinetic energy में motion में रहता है energy और इसमें store रहता है. Object energy is transferred of the object store potential energy. It is not used cause the change in the velocity speed. मतलब change not used cause a change velocity and speed of the object. इसमें velocity और speed में change नहीं होता है, constant रहता है. The transfer of the energy when you stretched a rubber band. The energy transferred to the band is potential energy. Potential rubber band. Potential is work done while winding the key of the toy car. The energy is transferred to the spring inside the store. Spring inside the store as the potential energy. Spring में दो kinetic potential energy stored रहता है. Spring. The potential energy possessed by the object is energy present by the virtual position of the configuration. Virtual position of the इसमें भी potential energy है. Stretch arrow. An arrow is the stretch in the bow. Potential energy of an object at a height. Height पे potential energy क्या होगा? An object increases its energy when rise through a height. This is because work is done against gravity while the being rise. The energy present in such an object is the gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy. Increase energy. Rise through the height. Height पे increase energy. The work done and gravity is the rise energy present in such object. Gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy is an object point above the ground defined of the work done. Rise from the ground and point against gravity. The rise arrive the exit of the gravitational potential energy and the object at height. Height का maximum होगा. Consider the object mass m. Let us to be rise to the height h and the ground force required to do this. The minimum force required to rise of the object is equal to the height of the object mg. The object gain energy equal to the work. Object gain energy equal to the work. Let us work done to object against gravity. Gravity to be w. Work done बराबर force into displacement. Force into displacement. Force का mg height mgh. Potential energy का होता है mgh. Potential mgh. Potential energy का mgh. Since work done by the object equal to the mgh, energy equal to the mgh unit, gained the object equal to potential energy is mgh. Potential energy का mgh. The potential energy is an object at a height depend on the ground level or zero level you choose. Object given position can certain potential given with respect to level of different values of energy. The useful to note work done by the gravity depends on different vertical height, initial and final position of the object known in the path along with the object move. So law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. We learn the form of energy can be changed from one form to another form. What happens to the total energy of the system during the after the process? What whenever energy gets transferred, the total energy remains unchanged. This is law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. According to this law, energy can be converted from one form to another form. एनर्जी को एक दूसरे फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. फॉर्म नेट कैन नाइदर बी क्रिएटेड एंड डिस्ट्रॉय. और इसको डिस्ट्रॉय ना बना सकते हैं ना इसको डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकते हैं. बस इसको एक दूसरे फॉर्म में ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हैं, कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. The total energy form after the transformation remains the same. The law of conservation of energy valid all situations of the kind of transformation. Consider a simple let's an object of mass m is made of fall fall freeing from the height as a start potential energy. Potential is mg. Kinetic energy is zero. Why is the kinetic energy zero? Zero because the velocity is zero. Total energy of the object is mgh. For potential energy will be changed into kinetic energy. Potential energy into kinetic energy. If whatever u and all the velocity of the given instant of the kinetic energy will be half mv square. Half mv square we fall of the object minus the potential energy would decrease while the kinetic energy would increase when the object is about to reach the ground h बराबर 0 and u will the highest. Therefore the kinetic energy would be the largest and potential is the least. However, the sum of the potential energy and the kinetic energy object would be the same all the points. The potential energy from kinetic energy from constant. Potential energy, kinetic energy, our constant. mgh plus 1 mgh plus 1 by 2 mv square constant दोनों मिला के कांस्टेंट the sum of kinetic energy and इसको जोड़ के साथ मैकेनिकल एनर्जी भी होता है mg एच पोटेंशियल एनर्जी काइनेटिक एनर्जी प्लस मैकेनिकल एनर्जी पोटेंशियल एनर्जी प्लस काइनेटिक एनर्जी कांस्टेंट अभी यहाँ दी the kinetic energy and potential energy of an object total mechanism of energy total mechanical energy total mechanical इसको मैकेनिकल mgh प्लस हाफ mv स्क्वायर बराबर मैकेनिकल एनर्जी भी होता है we find that during the free fall of the object the decrease in potential energy at the point of path appears the equal amount of increased kinetic energy. Effect of the rise of the motion of the object has been ignored. Thus the transformation gravitational potential energy into kinetic energy. Rate of doing work. Do you all the rate of the mechanism consume of the transfer energy at the same rate against the transfer energy to the work at different rate. Let us enter this of the following. A stronger person may do certain work in relatively less time. A more powerful vehicle would complete a journey in a shorter time than the less powerful one. A talk of the power of machines like motorcycles, motorbikes, and motor cars, the speed which these vehicles change energy to work, and the basis for their classification. Power measure the speed of the work done. That how the fast the work done. How power is defined as the rate of doing work of the transfer of the energy. If and against does and w time to power given power of work by time. The unit of power is watt. Work is unit power of watt in hour or the जेम्स वाट दिया था जेम्स वाट 1736 में 1819 में having the symbol of W. Watt is the power of the agent. The does not work rate of the power 1 joule per second. It can be say power 1 watt or the rate of the consumption of the energy 1 joule second. 1 joule second. 1 watt by 1 joule second. 1 watt बराबर 1 joule second. 1 watt बराबर 1 joule second. 1 joule per express the larger rate of the energy transfer in kilowatt. Larger energy kilowatt. 1 किलोवाट बराबर 1000 वाट. 1 किलोवाट बराबर 1000 वाट. 1 किलोवाट बराबर 1000 वाट एंड 1 किलोवाट बराबर 1000 जूल पर सेकंड. The power of agent may vary with the time. The measurement of the agent may be doing work at different rate, different interval time. Therefore, concept of average power. Average power is the total energy consumed by the total time taken. Total power and average power by dividing total energy consumed, total energy consumed, total time taken. Energy consumed total time taken. Commercial unit of energy. Commercial unit of light energy. Joule. The unit joule is too small and hence is inconvenient to express larger quantities of energy. We use a bigger unit of energy called kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour. What is 1 kilowatt hour? 1 kilo 1 kilowatt hour. Let us say have the machines 1000 joule of energy every second. It if if this if this mechanism is used continuously for 1 hour, it will consume 1 kilowatt hour energy. Is thus 1 kilowatt hour is energy used 1 kilowatt ratio of the joules per second. 1 kilowatt hour बराबर 3.6 into 10 to power 6 joule. 3.6 into 10 to power 6 joule. 3 into 6 into 10 to power 6 joule. 1 kilowatt hour 1 kilowatt hour 1 kilowatt hour 6 3 into 6 into 10 to power 6 joule. The energy used household, industrial and commercial establishment using express in kilowatt hour. For example, electric energy used during the month are expressed in term unit. 1 unit means 1 kilowatt hour. 1 unit 1 kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt hour 1 kilowatt hour. 1 unit 1 kilowatt hour. 1 unit 1 kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt hour बराबर 3.6 into 10 power 6 joule. Work done Work done is an object is defined as the magnitude of the force multiplied by the distance moving by the object in the direction of the applied force. The unit of work is joule. 1 joule 1 newton into meter. Work done on an object by a force would be zero. Force will be zero. The displacement of the object. Object is moving capability, doing work and set work as possess energy. Energy has the same unit and work. The object moving possesses or know the kinetic energy and object with the mass moving and velocity has the kinetic energy. Velocity of the kinetic energy. By the body due to the change in position or shape is called potential energy. Potential energy is the gravitational potential energy of the mass rise and the height. The potential of the surface given mgh. Potential energy mgh. Kinetic energy half mv square. According to the law of conservation of energy, it is only transferred from the one form to another form. Energy transfer या convert one form to another form. No, it neither be created or not destroy. ना उसको बना सकते हैं ना उसको destroy कर सकते हैं. The total energy before the after transformer always remain constant. Total energy transformation always remain constant. ट्रांसफॉर्मर के बाद total energy क्या रहता है? Constant रहता है. Energy exist the nature of several units of kinetic energy, potential energy, heat energy, chemical energy. The sum of kinetic energy and potential energy object is called mechanical energy. Sum of kinetic energy, potential energy बराबर मैकेनिकल एनर्जी. काइनेटिक एनर्जी पोटेंशियल एनर्जी बनाकर क्या बनता है? मैकेनिकल एनर्जी. द पावर इज डिफाइंड एज द रेट ऑफ डूइंग वर्क. एस यूनिट ऑफ पावर इज वाट. एस यूनिट ऑफ पावर वाट. 1 watt per 1 joule per second. 1 joule per second. The energy used 1 hour at the rate of 1 kilowatt hour called 1 kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt hour. Kinetic energy and potential energy. Sum of kinetic energy potential energy is mechanical energy. Kinetic energy half mv square. Potential energy mgh. Potential energy का mgh. Potential energy का mgh. कॉमर्शियल यूनिट का कितना होता है? कॉमर्शियल यूनिट ऑफ एनर्जी का 1 किलोवाट आवर 3.6 into 10 power 6 joule. 3 into 3.6 into 10 power 6 जूल. पावर का वाट, ऐसा यूनिट ऑफ पावर का वाट, ऐसा यूनिट पावर का वाट, ऐसा यूनिट ऑफ पावर का वाट, पावर का वाट होता है, पावर का वाट है पोटेंशियल. Displacement of the object with kinetic energy, flying aircraft, rolling stone, falling coconut, speeding car, rolling stone, carrying, flying aircraft, flowing water, flowing wind, running athlete, ये सब काइनेटिक एनर्जी मोशन में रहता है, काइनेटिक एनर्जी मोशन में रहता है, और पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इसमें रहता है, कांस्टेंट रहता है, अस्थिर रहता है. फोर्स नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव दोनों होता है, फोर्स नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव दोनों होता है, फोर्स नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव दोनों. सम ऑफ बिगेस्ट नेचुरल सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी, सन इज द बिगेस्ट नेचुरल सोर्स, द बिगेस्ट नेचुरल सोर्स, सन इज द बिगेस्ट नेचुरल सोर्स. कांस्टेंट फोर्स. चलिए तो फिर दूसरा चैप्टर में मिलते हैं.